Right now my outfit probably doesn't look like cute at all, but I promise you if you saw the full thing, you'd be like, work, girl. Also, before I get started with this video, make sure to subscribe to Taylor Halfacre's channel because that's bae right there. Evan Hufford's channel because he's like my boy. And also, of course, the Division7 collab channel that I am a part of, which I post on every single Thursday. Now let's get into the video. What is up, YouTube, and happy Valentine's Day to all the people that are baed up, and if you are not, fear not, because I officially dub you my Valentine's Bae. So, you're welcome. As my Valentine's Day gift to you, I have decided to give you not one and a half, but 2 story times in one video. Now the first one is a little bit short and kind of irrelevant, but I just wanted to tell you anyways because it was like savagery at its finest and I thought you would enjoy it. So the first story takes place sophomore year because when doesn't all things wrong in my life take place sophomore year? But this time it was on my part and I feel kind of bad about this now, but kind of like to laugh about it just because, like, no hard feelings, bro, you feel me? Allow me to set the scene for you. There was this guy and we will just call him Sam. So Sam and I were what you call talking at the time, I guess, and we were talking for maybe a week and we had history class together and I really wanted to rush things along. I had Bree talk to him because Bree communicated with him sometimes. So Bree talked to him and he ended up asking me out on Valentine's Day. Since it was Valentine's Day, I had expected at the time, this is my mindset when I'm 15, not me now, so just like separate that real quick because I'm not like this now. But I had expected, you know, maybe a stuffed bear, you know, some chocolates, you know, maybe a rose. I don't know. I just was very greedy. I wanted things, and that's literally, looking back at it, the only reason I wanted to get asked out on Valentine's Day. He came into class, and about half the class was there. It wasn't full or anything. It was right before class started, and he just asked me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, okay. In the middle of class, I had talked to Bree. I was like, Bree, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. Like, this is too fast. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I think I'm just gonna break it off. And she's like, no, you can't do that. Like, he literally just asked you out like 10 minutes ago. Why are you gonna do that? You know, whatever, but like, do what you want. So he had been walking me to class every day, like, since we had started talking, which was only for like a week. But he walked me to class, and as we were walking to class, I told him, I was like, hey, I don't really want a relationship right at this second. He looked at me, and he's like, oh, I have to get to class. My class is this way. And it was so awkward for the rest of the year. But we cool now, so like, what's up? Shout out to you. Now, the second story is actually kind of scary because, once again, I didn't learn my lesson. So this takes place freshman year and I was 14 because I hadn't turned 15 yet. And I went with my friend, and we'll just call her Claire. So Claire and I had lived in the same neighborhood, and since we were 14, we couldn't drive yet. The way that my neighborhood was structured that I lived in at the time, you would walk out the gate, there's a trail, you go a few miles down the trail, completely safe, whatever, everyone uses it all the time. It's a public trail, there's plenty of traffic, of people, and you walk down the trail for a few miles and you get spit out into this plaza, which is like Panera, Smoothie King, Walgreens, Publix, all those little basic shops. We had decided, since we were single AF and not baed up at all, you know, that we were gonna be each other's Valentines. We had decided this plan the day before Valentine's Day, which is really dumb of us. She wanted to ride our bikes down the trail, but I was like, sorry, Claire, like, I don't do bikes. I've never I just don't ride bikes. I learned to ride a bike when I was 8 and never again touched it. We decided to walk, and it wasn't that far of a walk. It was maybe like 3 or 4 miles, I think. And we needed the exercise. We brought our backpacks because we were going to do homework at Panera and then go to Walgreens. We left around 4 o'clock because we wanted to get back before it was dark. So we're walking, and we see this man, and we didn't think anything of it because he was just like, you know, walking, whatever. So we go to Panera, eat Panera, get our Walgreens stuff, and we walk back. And we had seen this guy in Panera. So we were like, okay, whatever. We saw him walk past Walgreens, but he turned around. And I thought that was a little strange. Like, I was a little sketched out. But I was like, okay, who cares, whatever. The sun started going down really fast because the line at Panera was so long that it took hella long, like forever. It took almost an hour to get our food. So the sun was going down before we had even left. And conveniently, there was pretty much no one on the trail when we got on the trail. So we're walking, and then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes into the walk, we see this man again. And he motions to us, and we're like, we know better not to talk to strangers. Like, at this point, I'm past the 7-year-old, like, oh my god, yeah, let me talk to strangers, like, let me just eat your food and come in your house. Like, I'm past that. Link in the description if you don't know what I'm talking about. But he motions toward us. He's like, girls, there's a dead snake. Like, do you want to see it? And I was like, I'm not really down to see a dead snake because, like, ew, gross. And Claire was like, oh my god, I want to see it, because she was a little bit more tomboyish than me, but I'm super girly and I don't like snakes. Like, I don't like bugs, I don't like snakes, I don't like any of that. So I was like, I'm not down, it's not Gucci, like, no, it's not lit at all. We walked over because I wasn't gonna let her walk with this man alone. We see the snake, we're like, okay, whatever, cool, like, good for you, man, good for you. Claire was smart, and she's like, okay, let's keep him in front of us so we know what he's doing. As we slowed down our pace, he was slowing down his pace, and we had kind of become equal. So we let him walk more, but he would not speed up to a normal speed. So at this point, my instincts kick in, and I'm like, okay, this guy is obviously either going to kidnap us or kill us, so we probably should get away from him. So we ended up trying to go to our friend's apartment building because there was conveniently apartment complexes, so we were going to trick him into thinking that we lived there so he wouldn't follow us home, or if he did, it wasn't actually our house. So we cut into the apartment complex and started walking towards the buildings. And as we did that, he got close to the gate that separated the apartment buildings from the trail. So he was just walking along the gate, and you could see him kind of watch us and watch where we were going. The sun was almost down at this point, so it was going to be pitch black in a matter of seconds, and we were 14 years old. We were trying to call my parents didn't pick up, her parents didn't pick up, so we ended up calling her brother. Her older brother is super protective, so shout out to him, because if it weren't for him, I don't know what would have happened to us. But her brother, as soon as he got the call, he was like, okay, I'm coming, like, stay right where you are, don't talk to this man, don't go anywhere. The man still is walking, and he's kind of slowing down his pace, because I'm pretty sure he caught on to the fact that we didn't live there because we weren't walking into the buildings. And I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do, like, this is bad, this is really bad, like, this man could do something to us. And Claire was freaking out. We were not level-headed. In the other story, at least Jessica was level-headed. Claire was not level-headed. I was not level-headed at this point. So it was just a mess. I think he had figured it fully out what we were doing, so he made his way towards the other entrance of the apartment complex and started walking towards us, and thank God, not a minute too late, Claire's brother pulls in with his bike and is like, hey, like, let's go home now, you know, whatever. And obviously this man was freaked out because Claire's brother is like 6'5" and is not someone you mess with. He just looks intimidating. So he then tried to play it off and was like, oh, I was just making sure you girls got home safe because I know that there's snakes on the trail and I was worried about you. And then he walked off and we went on our merry way and had our happy Valentine's Day the next day at school and whatever. If it weren't for Claire's brother, that could have ended so badly. I know this video was kind of opposite of what Valentine's Day represents, but I just wanted to tell you guys these stories because I don't have super romantic, like, oh my god, like, goals kind of relationship videos to share with you. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below your plans for Valentine's Day or just further video suggestions. I'm always open to suggestions. Remember, I am doing my giveaway very soon. Stay tuned for that. Follow me on all my social medias to stay aware of when I'm posting and just catch up on life with me. Subscribe for new videos. I put out new videos every single week. I will see you guys next video and stay Gucci.
Drop it low, let me play that back. What?